Okay. Shalom, shalom. That was so wonderful. I just had the most delightful speaking engagement in Australia. Obviously, I'm still in Mauritius, but I went to Australia virtually to do that speaking engagement. I'm a little bit out of breath because I just showed y'all what it looks like this morning outside. It is 6:05 a.m. right now. Everybody in the house is asleep, okay? But I'm here talking to you to do like a debrief. It was such a good session, and it was like a 30-minute session. It was phenomenal. And I do these speaking engagements, especially as a digital nomad, as an entrepreneur. I like to work with clients that are all over the world. I don't use ads. I'm very much organic focused. And so what I do, I'll do these speaking engagements like every other month. Sometimes it'll be in the UK, sometimes it'll be in Australia, sometimes it will be in the States, in different states. And so that's one of the things I love, that it's so easy to become an international business owner and to amplify what already works in your business as an entrepreneur. Now, what we talked about was, and I should actually record because it was such a powerful session. I think I'm going to also use that as one of my new signature speeches that I do, because I was talking about the age of AI and the dangers of AI. You already know I'm coming with the facts. And so she's a nurse practitioner and finance coach. And so she's been in business for a while. She does not use AI. And then again, I also want to iterate and articulate the fact that a lot of my clients most of my clients are over 40 years old. And so just in that alone, my demographic is people that typically are not going to be that much into AI and are not very interested. So we're talking about it, and she's bringing together the top 1% of people of every industry. I cannot wait to share it when it's out, okay? But she's bringing together the top 1% of people in every industry, obviously me for email and retention marketing strategy in general. And we were talking about the divulge in the market, where with the people that are like AI agents, AI this, AI that, we're going to see there's going to be a divide between people that cater to the human experience and those that cater to a virtual artificial experience. Remember, it's artificial intelligence, artificial experience, artificial business tips, artificial this, artificial that, versus the people that value human experience. You're going to come to a place in the economy, the world economy, where people who are willing to just do the deep work, who are willing to think and copy edit and refine, are going to get more contracts, are going to have wildly successful businesses, and they're not going to be chasing clients on a race to the bottom. Because essentially that's what you get when you're trying to write copy, you're trying to write messaging, you're trying to write your website message and have AI write it. And it was so interesting how she didn't know. It's like, wow, I really do have to go back. Being so advanced where I am as a marketing specialist, it's like I have to go back to the ABCs and teach the masses how we actually copy edit as writers. Because she was like, I don't even copy edit. I'm like, oh, you don't copy edit? What do you mean you don't copy edit? I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all be out here just click and publish. Let me give you some quick game. As a copywriter, as a copy editor, as an editor also, when we were in corporate America, they will want us to write 5 different subject lines, 5 different preview lines, 5 different pieces of ad copy, okay? So the copy that you see published for my business, for other businesses that are wildly successful, making millions, if they're making under 50K a year, I do not categorize that as wildly successful, okay? When I say wildly successful, I'm categorizing that as $1 million companies, because we also have to divulge and make that difference in the market. When you're speaking to people who are in business and they make millions per year versus people that just made their first 20,000, 50,000 and are having difficulty hitting 6 figures consistently year by year by year, you're talking to 2 totally different people. That's also the divide. Like, I believe that a lot of AI overdependence will result in more poverty, because it makes people lazy. I was using this analogy, like if you don't use it, you lose it. That's something we say in healthcare, but it's the same thing in AI. Like, if you don't use your own creativity, if you don't think, then you lose your ability to be creative. You lose your thinking ability. And then on the flip side, you have multimillionaires that are going to get richer with their messaging because they're willing to have a human come in and write it. Even with the Microsoft layoffs, I was thinking about this earlier. The way that Microsoft laid all these people off, they were mostly laying off like product marketing people, coders, developers. Understand that you are not Microsoft. So on one hand, you're like, okay, I'll just create 50 million AI agents to do everything. On the other hand, understand that you are not Microsoft. Microsoft was probably already overhired. Okay, Microsoft was already overbooked. Think these companies employ tens of thousands and thousands of people. And so what Microsoft does probably should not be used to tell you what to do because you're not Microsoft level. Even my millionaire clients are not Microsoft level. If you know how rich Microsoft is, like how much is the company even worth? Like, let's look it up. Let's look it up. Because even when we talk about, yeah, that's crazy. Y'all ready for this? Microsoft is worth 3.42 trillion with the T, not billion. And so even for small businesses that make millions a year, you do not do what Microsoft does. You do not do what Walmart does. You do not do what Target does. You're a small business. There's a lot of context and nuance. And so we're talking about the divulge and the fact that for us as creative entrepreneurs, the value human experience and value the way that we like to have relationships with people. It's going to be easy to sell our services. It's going to be easy to sell our products because you're going to come to a place in the economy, especially in the next few years, where people are starving for human interaction. People are going to be just tired of some AI chatbot talking to them. I know for me, like if your business, especially if I'm investing in a business coach and I'm investing $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, you as a human need to be present. I'm not paying $5,000, $10,000 to speak to a robot. The reason that people are willing to put down that amount of money is so that they can speak to a human that not only is human, but is specialized in their category of expertise. And so if you're selling like a quick $37 guide that's like very generic, that's fine. Have AI do that. But we're talking about two totally different worlds, two totally different realms. When the clients that I deal with, they're the top 1% in their industry, hands down. Multi-millionaires, okay? And the reason they're in that place is largely due to their messaging and their marketing. Mostly, marketing alone is the most important aspect of any business because without marketing, you don't have sales. So it's not beneficial to have all of these, on, maybe on Google Docs or Notion, you have all these different AI chatbots, but your messaging doesn't convert. And the lady in Australia, the entrepreneur business coach that's also a nurse practitioner, she was saying like, yeah, I get all these emails and if it doesn't resonate, I just won't open them. Like if it sounds too generic, here's the symptoms. If you're an entrepreneur and you've been using AI, this is a symptom to validate what I'm saying. You've seen your open rates steadily decrease. You've seen your click rates decrease. You've seen a drop in engagement. And so it would appear for vanity's sake like, oh, it's working out. But then when you really look at the data, this is why it's so important to look at your previous 6 months, previous year. What was it like when you worked with this person? What was it like when you worked with this entrepreneur in your business? What was it like when you had this employee? Those data points are so critical and important because they dictate and tell you how successful is your firm, right? So yes, you can make money just teaching generic AI stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, is there real value behind it? I know what's going viral right now is like, there's 1,000 prompts for like reels. Like you can batch 1,000 reels in 30 minutes. And it's like, that's fantastic, but what is the quality of the message that you're putting out there? Like, are you saying very generic stuff? Like, what is the quality that you're putting out? Those of us that have previously been in finance, healthcare, I find that it's easier for these people to get it. People that don't have a real specialty, that have not worked in a sophisticated area like law, like finance, like healthcare, then it's like you have this affinity for, I kind of just want to be generic. And that's, being generic is the biggest allergy to your business. Being generic is the biggest allergy for your business. It's literally something that will just destroy your sales and destroy your whole product marketing. Because if you're too generic, one, people will eventually lose trust in you. Trust is a currency that is more powerful than revenue. Trust is so hard to get back once you lose it as a brand. Meaning, if you're sending emails and you notice opens are lower, clicks are lower, that means there's an overall sense of distrust. There's an overall sense of, I don't know if I trust this entrepreneur. I don't know if I trust what they're saying. I don't know if I trust their process. And also being humble enough as an entrepreneur, being 9 years in business now, be humble enough to realize that typically when somebody wants to work with you, they're not just looking at you. That would be like an ideal scenario, like, oh, you only have eyes for me in business, I'm the only one. But legitimately, people are typically going to look at 3 to 4 other parties, and they're going to have this list either in their head or on physical paper or on their computer saying, okay, do I want to work with this one, this one, this one, or this one? Okay, give me the benefits of this person. What are the drawbacks? What are the cons of working with this person? And so the person that has the most benefit, that is cost effective and makes sense, is typically going to get the client. The person that is the best at what they do, but it also meets the market demand. And there's no way to accomplish that if you're overly relying on AI. So we were talking about that whole divulgence, and that's just like, that's my passion right now. Because when I started as an entrepreneur, my passion was still storytelling, but it's even more relevant. What I found is that our firm is increasing. Like, I looked at the sales data, we're up 34% from last year this time. And it's like, in the age of AI, we're getting more clients. Clients are willing to pay even more money. Because think about it, if I think about the competition out there as copywriters, most copywriters don't even write themselves anymore. So there's a clear divulgence if you have a copywriter like me and those of my peers that are actually excellent at what they do, that will actually write the copy, know the marketing strategy, know problem, agitate, solution frameworks, know how to drive retention marketing, know how to use different storylines and different positionings, and know how to perform market research with the 20-question framework in Black Educators Amplified. Slight plug, you should go check out the Black Educators Amplified playlist. But they're going to have an unfair advantage. It's going to seem unfair. So AI is not the unfair advantage. The unfair advantage in the age of AI is being a human, loving your humanity, and not prostituting your humanity to a robot. We also went through the things that you can use AI for, like brainstorming. Like, I'll use it to pull statistics, use it for brainstorming. You can use it for outlines. But when you hit publish on your blog, on your podcast, caveat, if you want to book clients at over $1,000, if you want to book 55K per year contracts from Instagram, the way that we do, if you want to book those clients on LinkedIn like that. We also had a client, still comes to us to this day. We're finishing up a project right now for her emails that I found on LinkedIn. My elevator pitch is what sold her on LinkedIn. And guess what? I wrote it. AI didn't write it. This was back in 2022 when she first found me. But if you want those high caliber clients that want to spend thousands of dollars with you, that lot, just from a logical standpoint, that means you had better be 10 times better at whatever you do than AI. Because if they can get it with AI, they're not going to spend on you. And people know. People absolutely know. You may think they don't know. You may be like, nope, they don't know. They know. People can read the copy and see, okay, I'm seeing patterns. And even if they don't realize it in their conscious state, their subconscious does. When they're reading the emails, they're reading the social media posts, scrolling, and their brain is going to realize, oh, all these people sound the same. So the one person that does not sound the same in the industry, the one person that's bold enough to talk about their family life, talk about their life of travel, talk about their life outside of just speaking about robots, that's obviously going to be the person that gets remembered. Your goal as a business owner is to be remembered. That's it. Your goal isn't even just to sell. Your goal is to serve and be remembered for your service. Like, that's it. That's your main goal. That's the takeaway I want to leave you with. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know your biggest takeaway from this video. Definitely binge the Black Educators Amplified playlist here on YouTube. Definitely check out Black Educators Amplified, the mini course, which is down below. And I have another podcast as well, The Introvert Marketer. created in 2022, and I lived in Tanga, Tanzania. Actually, when I lived in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. It's 3 years old now, going on 4 years old. So you should binge that as well. If you're liking what I'm saying about creative copywriting, creative business strategies, and innovation, because the opportunities are endless, but it's only for the people that care about their humanity. Shalom, shalom.